I loved those tostadas I made the other day, the Chilli tostada, so much that I thought I would do a meaty version tonight, and also at the same time to experiment with different ways to make the tortilla crispy. So I'm just waiting for, I'm using the air fryer. I've preheated the air fryer to 200 degrees. I'm just waiting for it to heat up. I've then coated these, I've brushed these with olive oil on both sides, and then I'm going to pop them into the oven and see how long it takes for them to start charring. Okay, I think they're up to heat. I'm just going to, woo, that's hot in there. I'm going to put a couple in at a time. And I'm just going to do it for a couple of minutes. I will just share with you that these have crisped up nicely in the air fryer, and they only took a couple of minutes, so they've obviously used an awful lot less oil than when I deep fried them last week. I'm now going to go and put some makeup on because I am not Pamela Anderson. I cannot rock a naked face look, and I'm also very hot to cook, so I'm just going to go and get changed. Next, I'm going to make some refried beans. I've got some onions, which I have just cooked until they're nice and soft in some olive oil. I'm going to put in a little bit of chilli, a little bit of cumin. I'm going to put in some salt. Oh, it's a bit close. Put in some salt. Then I've got a tin of pinto beans, and I'm going to tip them in along with their water. Oops. It's about half a cup of little bit of water. I'm not going to use all the water. I'm just going to drain some water off. Hang on. Actually, I changed my mind for the sake of the recipe and testing it. I'm putting in the beans with all of their water, so everything has gone into the pan, and I'm going to cook that for about 5 minutes. I have also actually just added some garlic in there. I forgot to add the garlic. I should explain why I am so tired today, because I did what the Americans call yard work or gardening, although it wasn't gardening. The trees look beautiful in the summer when they've got millions of leaves on them. And then when all the leaves have fallen and they're all lying on the ground in the garden, it took me nearly 5 hours to rake up like really thick leaves and to cart all the leaves into the woods to dump them. So I am shattered, which is why I want some comfort food tonight. So I'm just going to cook these beans for a bit longer, then I'm going to mash them. And now I am just going to mash them with a potato masher. They taste delicious. I've tasted them. You don't have to watch me mashing it. So that will be the refried beans. I will put a little tiny bit of lime with them before I serve them. I'm just going to put them somewhere to keep them warm. So the next stage is I'm making a chilli. I'm making mine from scratch. But you can do anything you like. You could buy a ready-made chili con carne. You could use a chili sauce to add to beef. I've simply cooked some onions and garlic. I'm now frying off my beef, and then I'm going to put some spices in, and I will give you the recipe. And there it is. That's the beginning of it. And then once that's done, the whole thing will be a delicious assembly job. I'm really quite excited. I'm really very hungry. I'm going to talk through everything that I've got that I can put on my tostada. And I've got to be quick because the cat is just behind me. The cat was hit by a car about 18 months ago, and ever since then, he's turned into the most unbelievable food thief. And he's just gone a bit bonkers. So I've got some salad in here, which was left over from the other night. I do use plastic bags for salad, but I do wash them out and reuse them. I've got some freshly chopped tomato and spring onion. This I always love with this sort of food. So it's a little bit of red onion that has been finely sliced and soaked for at least half an hour in lime juice. I've got some sour cream. If it's too hot, I can dollop that on the end. My lovely homemade refried beans. You've got the recipe now. I also found in the fridge some Louisiana sliced jalapenos, and of course right here I've got my chili. You don't need to see me. Some fresh coriander. you don't need to see me put it all together. I'll do a film of it. I'll do a photo of it. I've decided to put my salad on the bottom to stop it moving around. The next thing I'm going to do is refried beans. I've just tasted them. Always remember to taste, and I have added a tiny bit more salt and a squeeze of lemon. And I should think, perfect. The other thing with the chilli is obviously because we're having the refried beans, you don't need to put beans in your chilli. Refried beans, a little bit of the chilli, quite a lot of the chilli. I will have a little bit of sour cream. Just put that dollop in the middle. I've got my tomatoes, which I will sprinkle around. Spring onions. I've also got red onions, which are pickled. Beautiful. And of course there's the lime in that pickle, which is all going to help. And a little bit of coriander. I'm done. I'm going to photograph it, then I'm going to eat it.